Some people don't need to raise their voice to hurt you. They don't scream. They don't use profanity. They simply smile. They make a joke that lands just a little too sharply. They offer advice that feels like a judgment. And when you walk away from them, you feel smaller. You feel drained. You ask yourself, am I being too sensitive? But here's the truth that most people miss. That feeling of being drained, it wasn't an accident. It was a transaction. You just paid a tax to someone else's ego. The person putting you down isn't acting out of strength. They are acting out of a desperate, starving need for survival. Today, we are going to deconstruct the psychology of the person who belittles others. We are going to look behind their mask, and what we find there will change the way you see them forever. You will no longer feel anger. You will only feel pity. To understand them, you have to understand their map of the world. Most healthy people operate with an abundance mindset. If I succeed and you succeed, we both win. But the person who puts you down lives in a psychological prison known as the zero-sum game. In their mind, life is a vertical ladder. There is no beside. There is only above or below. They believe that self-worth is a finite resource, like a pie with only a few slices. If you take a slice of confidence, they believe you have stolen it from them. So when you share good news, or when you look attractive, or when you speak intelligently, their internal alarm system goes off. Danger, it says. They are rising. You are falling. This triggers a primitive survival response. To stabilize their own world, they must lower you. Notice when they attack you. Do they kick you when you are already sad? Rarely. They usually make their subtle comments when you are happy. When you are proud, they are trying to regulate their own anxiety by dimming your light. Psychologically, this is not an attack on you. It is a tranquilizer for them. They are addicted to the feeling of being above, because being equal feels like death to them. Let's go deeper. Let's talk about the mechanism of projection. This is perhaps the most important concept to grasp. The human ego is fragile. It cannot bear the weight of its own shame. Imagine a person who secretly fears they are unintelligent. They are terrified of being found out. That fear is heavy. It hurts to hold it. So their subconscious mind performs a trick. It takes that fear, that feeling of stupidity, and it projects it onto you. When they call you slow or incompetent or naive, they are not describing you. They are confessing. They are reading a script written by their own insecurities. The woman who constantly criticizes other women's appearance is usually the one staring into her mirror with hatred every morning. The boss who constantly micromanages and calls you lazy is usually the one terrified of his own lack of control. Think of them as a movie projector. You're just the screen. The movie is playing inside their head, but they are watching it on your face. Once you realize this, their insults lose their power. You stop asking, what is wrong with me? And you start asking, what are they so afraid of in themselves? Where does this come from? People are not born cruel. Cruelty is learned. Usually, the person who puts you down was once a child who was put down. Research suggests that these behaviors often stem from conditional love. As children, they were likely only praised when they won, when they were the best, when they were the smartest. If they were just themselves, they were invisible or worse, criticized. They learned a brutal lesson. You are not worthy just because you exist. You are only worthy if you are better than someone else. So they spent their whole life building a fortress of achievements, of arrogance, of being right. When they belittle you, they are simply reinforcing the walls of that fortress. They are terrified that if they stop fighting, if they stop dominating, they will become that small, invisible child again. Their arrogance is not confidence. It is a very loud, very heavy shield. Now, let's look at their tactics, because they are rarely direct. If they were direct, you would just leave. So they use plausible deniability. They disguise their insults as jokes. Wow, you're so brave for wearing that. I could never pull it off. Or I'm just being honest. I'm just trying to help you improve. If you get upset, they flip the script. You're too sensitive. You can't take a joke. This is called gaslighting. They cut you with a knife and then blame you for bleeding. They also use the tactic of the public correction. Have you noticed they often correct you in front of others? They wait for an audience. Why? Because it's not about the facts. It's about the status. They need witnesses to their dominance. They need the group to see them as the expert and you as the novice. It is a performance, and sadly, you are the prop. So, how do you handle this? Most people make a fatal mistake. They fight back. They defend themselves. They explain. They argue. Stop. When you argue, you're giving them exactly what they want. Fuel. You are validating their game. You are proving that their opinion matters to you. Instead, I want you to use a psychological technique called the gray rock method. Be as boring as a gray rock. When they make a snide comment, do not get angry. Do not get sad. Simply pause, look at them calmly, and say, "That's an interesting opinion," or simply, "Okay." And then go back to what you were doing. This is psychological judo. You're refusing to catch the ball they threw at you. You're denying them the dopamine hit of a reaction. When they realize their remote control no longer works on your emotions, they will panic. Then they will get bored. And eventually, they will move on to an easier target. And finally, the most important step. Detach your worth from their words. Their opinion of you is none of your business. It is a reflection of their own internal war. Do not let them draft you into their army. You can see them. You can understand them. You can even pity them. But you do not have to be defined by them. Keep your peace. It is too expensive to give away to people who cannot afford it.